Hi, Pastor Dan Smith here with your daily devotion for Thursday, July 2nd. Today's reading is from Psalm 145. I'll read the passage three times as usual. First time just to let the words come into us and make their impression on us. The Lord is gracious and merciful, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love. The Lord is good to all, and his compassion is over all that he has made. All your works shall give thanks to you, O Lord, and your faithful shall bless you. They shall speak of the glory of your kingdom and tell of your power, to make known to all people your mighty deeds and the glorious splendor of your kingdom. And now we listen for a word, phrase, thought, or feeling that stands out in the text. The Lord is gracious and merciful, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love. The Lord is good to all, and his compassion is over all that he has made. All your works shall give thanks to you, O Lord, and all your faithful shall bless you. They shall speak of the glory of your kingdom and tell of your power, to make known to all people your mighty deeds and the glorious splendor of your kingdom. And this last time, we read the text and ask where it meets us in our life. And I'll share a reflection just about kind of where I am and where the word, phrase, thought, or feeling may meet us. And we're letting the text kind of interpret us, so to speak. Oh, and I didn't share my word or phrase. For me, the phrase was slow to anger. Okay, we'll read it now for a third time. The Lord is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love. The Lord is good to all, and his compassion is over all that he has made. All your works shall give thanks to you, O Lord, and all your faithful shall bless you. They shall speak of the glory of your kingdom and tell of your power, to make known to all people your mighty deeds and the glorious splendor of your kingdom. This phrase, for me, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love, is one that recurs in the Bible. It's not just in the Psalms, it's in the prophet Joel, it's in other places. It's the spirit, I think, of who Jesus Christ is in his ministry and what he represents to the world on behalf of who God is. A God of justice who's not happy with the world's injustice and sin. Nevertheless, God is slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love. And this passage, a God who's full of compassion, also reflects the goodness of God in God's creation. I'm sitting here in my backyard, and we've just built a pergola. You can kind of see a little bit of that we finished. And I'm listening to birds chirp in my area, and seeing my garden in the backyard where we spent a lot of time. We've got a sunflower in the distance over here. We've gotten to know the nooks and crannies of this little corner of nature in this at 1221 Halifax. And we live in a beautiful area that usually allows us to go and explore. And it's important to remember in our journey of faith that God is present beyond the human community, in the community of creation, in the wider natural world that we are gifted and blessed to be a part of. And that's important as well. This text for me is a powerful affirmation of that the God who is gracious, merciful, abounding in steadfast love, and compassionate is present in all that is made. And that it's an idealized view of God, but it's a hopeful view of God, that God's works give praise to who God is. Those who are faithful bless God and understand the goodness and the fullness of God's glory, God's justice, and God's grace. It's a wonderful passage. And so it's one of those passages that gives me a lot of hope to read, and helps me remember the good things about life in the world, especially in the midst of a lot of difficult things that we're going through now. And on a pandemic that seems not to be relenting, increasing infections, even if deaths are decreasing, racial strife in this country, which is an ongoing justice issue that we face, political difficulties, people not being able to talk to one another, etc., being in a general election year. It's difficult to be the church, and sometimes it's just difficult to be in our world. But there is another way, and we can choose that path as God's people. So I'm hopeful that we can do that however or wherever we are as the church, as followers of Jesus. So I leave that with you. I invite your reflection, and hope we can keep the conversation going. Let's close with prayer. Merciful God, your compassion embraces the whole world. Help us cultivate trust in your grace at the heart of faith. Widen our hearts to reflect your steadfast love for every person and for all of nature. Amen. Now, dear friends, I wish you blessings and peace until we meet again.